Let's take a look at some of the new barley options for 2021. And it's fitting that we start with this variety, SY Kingston, because this was the highest yielding barley variety in AHDB trials during 2020. Now what that tells us is that Kingston is clearly a very resilient performer, able to overcome both that awfully wet autumn of 2019 and also then the very dry spring that we saw in 2020. That 2020 performance adds to a series of equally consistent performances in 2017, 18 and 19. So I think we can be very confident that this is a hybrid barley variety with one of the best track records for yield. Once you've harvested your Kingston, you'll find, like all of these hybrid varieties, that you're left with a large amount of good quality straw. You'll also find that the grain quality from Kingston is very, very solid indeed. 69.7 kilograms per hectolitre makes it one of the better options from the hybrid barleys and really demonstrates how far these varieties have come on since some of the low bushel weights that we saw in varieties like Volume. Now you'd be forgiven for mixing up this new variety Kingston with the one that sits beside it in the trials here, Kingsbarn. Kingsbarn has been the most widely grown hybrid barley variety in the past 2 seasons. But with Kingston providing improved yield and better disease resistance, I think there's a really good argument for making a switch in 2021. The other advantage for Kingston over Kingsbarn is that this is a noticeably earlier variety to mature. In fact, this will be one of the first varieties to come to the combine. That means that if you have a large area of barley to harvest, you can really spread out some of those harvest dates. And that's important for hybrid barley because these really want to be gathered in at the optimum time and avoid any risk of brackling or shedding of grain. Overall then, I think Kingston is the most interesting hybrid barley variety for sowing this autumn, and we'll eagerly await the yield results to see whether it can maintain its crown as the highest yielding barley in 2021.